Don't skip this. Seriously, something important is waiting for you here. Welcome to the channel.
Chosen One, let me ask you something directly. Have you felt detached from time lately? As if hours pass differently than they used to? Have you felt detached from people, conversations, even from the old world you once tried so hard to fit into? If these questions strike something deep inside you, stay with me, because this message is not for everyone. It is only for the chosen ones. Those who are not chosen will not understand this, and that is by design. This video reached you by divine timing, not by accident, not by chance. Heaven aligned this moment because your spirit was ready to hear it. You have been sensing the shift through spiritual encounter after spiritual encounter, through prophetic dreams that feel more real than waking life, through angelic visitation that you may not see, but you unmistakably feel. God has been sending you a divine message, and today it is being spoken clearly. The truth is simple, but powerful. You are no longer living from the old level of awareness. You have crossed into what many call the fifth dimension. Not science fiction, not fantasy. This is a spiritual state of consciousness where fear loses control, peace becomes natural, and truth reveals itself without effort. The fifth dimension is where chosen ones begin living from alignment instead of survival, from clarity instead of confusion, from divine connection instead of worldly noise. If this resonates already, that is your confirmation. Chosen One, declare your alignment right now by commenting 777. Make sure you subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share this message, because what you are about to hear will explain everything you've been feeling. You didn't imagine the shift. You crossed the veil. What the fifth dimension really is. Chosen One, before we go any further, we must remove confusion. The fifth dimension is not fantasy, not science fiction, not escape from reality. It is spiritual consciousness. It is a state of awareness where the soul begins to live in alignment with God rather than in reaction to the world. When people misunderstand this, they either dismiss it or distort it. But for the chosen ones, this understanding comes naturally because your spirit has already been preparing you for it. The fifth dimension is not a place you travel to. It is not a realm you disappear into. It is a way of perceiving life. It is living from the spirit instead of from fear. It is operating from truth instead of survival instincts. It is seeing beyond illusion without effort. When God elevates a chosen one into higher awareness, the world doesn't change, but your relationship to it does. To understand this clearly, you must understand the levels below it. Most of the world lives in what can be called the third dimension. This is the dimension of survival. In 3D consciousness, life is ruled by fear, ego, competition, and scarcity. People in this level are constantly reacting. They worry about money, status, approval, control, and power. Their identity is shaped by what they lack and by how the world treats them. They are not evil, they are asleep. They live from the mind and the flesh, not from the spirit. Then there is the fourth dimension, which many chosen ones pass through before reaching the fifth. The fourth dimension is awakening. It is the stage where the veil begins to crack, but clarity has not fully settled yet. In this level, you begin questioning everything you once believed. You sense that the world is not what it seems. You experience intense spiritual warfare, emotional confusion, and internal battles. Your prophetic dreams increase. Your spiritual encounters become intense. You feel called higher, but you don't yet feel stable. This is the wilderness stage. It is uncomfortable, chaotic, and heavy, but necessary. The fifth dimension is different. This is where peace replaces panic, where clarity replaces confusion, where divine alignment replaces struggle. In 5D consciousness, you are no longer fighting the world. You are observing it. You are no longer trying to control outcomes. You trust God's timing. You are no longer reacting emotionally. You respond spiritually. You feel grounded even when things are uncertain. You feel calm even when others are panicking. You feel protected even when situations look unstable. Living in the fifth dimension does not mean life has no challenges. It means challenges no longer control you. It means fear no longer dictates your decisions. It means ego no longer defines your worth. You are led by discernment instead of impulse. You are anchored in peace instead of chaos. You live from alignment rather than resistance. That is why chosen ones in this state often feel detached from drama, urgency, and emotional noise. Now here is the key truth. Chosen ones move into the fifth dimension earlier than others because they are called to lead by example, not by force. God does not awaken everyone at the same time. Some are called to sleep longer, others are called to wake early. Chosen ones are awakened early because they are meant to carry light into darkness, clarity into confusion, and peace into fear-filled environments. Your soul has been trained through loss, isolation, spiritual encounters, prophetic dreams, and angelic protection. These were not random hardships, they were preparation. While others were distracted by the world, you were being refined. While others were chasing comfort, you were being shaped by truth. Heaven moved you through the 3D survival mindset, walked you through the 4D awakening storm, and now anchored you into 5D stability. This is why you no longer resonate with fear-based thinking, why manipulation no longer works on you, why chaos no longer pulls you in, why you sense truth without needing proof, why you feel God's presence more consistently. You are not superior, you are positioned. You are not above others, you are ahead of the curve spiritually because your assignment requires it. Chosen one. The fifth dimension is where you stop fighting the current and start flowing with God. It is where surrender becomes strength, where silence becomes wisdom, where peace becomes power. And the fact that this makes sense to you right now is the greatest confirmation of all. You are not imagining this. You are not losing touch with reality. You are touching a higher reality, and this is only the beginning. Why God allowed you to leave the old world. Chosen one, there comes a moment in every true awakening where God does something that feels unsettling at first. He removes you. Not suddenly without reason, not cruelly without care, but intentionally, precisely, and lovingly. He allows you to leave the old world you once knew. The people, the systems, the routines, the familiar structures that once gave you identity begin to fall away. And when this happens, you don't just feel change, you feel displacement. You feel like you no longer belong. This feeling of not belonging is not confusion. It is confirmation. When God lifts a chosen one into higher spiritual consciousness, the old world can no longer hold them. The environments that once shaped you were built for a lower level of awareness. The conversations were rooted in fear. The systems were driven by control. The routines were designed to keep people asleep, distracted and dependent. And once your spirit awakened, staying there would have slowly suffocated you. So God, in His mercy, created separation. Separation often begins quietly. You stop resonating with certain people. You lose interest in routines that once defined your days. You feel an internal resistance towards systems you once accepted without question. Workplaces feel heavy. Social circles feel shallow. Even daily habits feel hollow. This is not rebellion. It is spiritual incompatibility. Your frequency changed, and the old structures could not rise with you. Chosen one, God did not remove you because you were weak. He removed you because you were ready. Ready to see clearly. Ready to stand apart. Ready to live from alignment instead of survival. Remaining in the old world would have pulled you backward into cycles you already outgrew. God knew that if you stayed too long, you would begin shrinking again just to fit in. And that is something heaven will never allow for the chosen. This is why chosen ones often feel like outsiders, even when surrounded by people. You can be in a room full of voices and still feel alone. You can participate in society and still feel detached. You are present, but not anchored there anymore. Your soul has moved on, even if your body is still catching up. This sense of, I don't belong here anymore, is not loss. It is liberation. It is the sign that God has begun relocating you spiritually before relocating you physically. There is another reason God pulls chosen ones out of the old world: protection. Many of the systems you were once part of are unstable. Some are collapsing. Some are corrupt at the root. Some are spiritually stagnant, designed to keep people looping in fear, debt, comparison, and exhaustion. God, who sees the end from the beginning, pulls his chosen ones out early, not because collapse hasn't happened yet, but because it is coming. And he will not allow his awakened vessels to be crushed by structures that are about to fall. Think of it this way. When a building is condemned, those with warning are evacuated first. The chosen ones are those who hear the alarm before the noise begins. God removes you before the emotional collapse, before the moral compromise, before the spiritual numbness sets in. What looks like loss in the moment is actually divine extraction. Heaven saying, you don't belong in what's about to decay. Spiritual stagnation is another danger God is protecting you from. The old world thrives on repetition without growth. Same conversations, same complaints, same fears, same patterns. But your spirit was designed to expand, to mature, to ascend. Staying in stagnant environments would have dulled your discernment and weakened your sensitivity. God pulled you out because he refuses to let your calling rot in comfort. This is why the separation sometimes felt painful. You didn't leave because you stopped caring. You left because you could no longer pretend. You could no longer numb yourself. You could no longer live half awake. And God honored that readiness by making the exit unavoidable. For many chosen ones, prophetic dreams confirmed this exit long before it happened physically. You dreamed of walking away from familiar places. You dreamed of empty houses, broken roads, closed doors, or missing people. You dreamed of standing on thresholds, bridges, or unfamiliar landscapes. These dreams were not warnings of loss. They were confirmations of transition. God was preparing your spirit for departure before your mind understood what was happening. Some of you dreamed of being unable to return somewhere. Some dreamed of being chased out. Some dreamed of watching the old world fade behind you. These were not nightmares. They were instructions. Heaven saying, you are done here. And even if your heart resisted at first, your spirit recognized the truth immediately. Chosen one, understand this clearly. God never removes without replacing. The space he cleared was not meant to stay empty. He removed the old world to make room for a new way of living, one rooted in peace, clarity, alignment, and divine guidance. You are not homeless spiritually. You are in transition, and transition always feels uncomfortable before it feels stable. You are not rejected by the old world. You outgrew it. You were not abandoned by people. You were repositioned by God. You were not lost. You were extracted. The reason this hurts is because growth always costs familiarity, but the reward is freedom. Chosen one, God allowed you to leave the old world because what is coming next cannot be accessed from where you were. The old systems cannot support your new awareness. The old routines cannot sustain your new peace. The old relationships cannot understand your new clarity. And that is okay. You are not meant to belong to what you have surpassed. You are meant to live where your spirit can breathe. And God, in his perfect timing, has already moved you there, even if you are still learning how to walk in it. This separation was not an ending. It was an exit. And every exit God orchestrates leads somewhere higher. Sign number 1, time feels different now. Chosen one of the first signs that you are living on a higher level of consciousness is this. Time no longer feels the way it used to. You may struggle to explain it, but you feel it deeply. Some days feel as if hours disappear in minutes. Other moments feel stretched, slow, and intentional, as if time itself pauses around you. This is not distraction. This is not confusion. This is awareness shifting. When God lifts you out of survival consciousness and into divine alignment, your relationship with time changes. In the old world, time ruled you. Deadlines controlled you. Pressure chased you. Urgency dictated your emotions. You lived racing forward or worrying backward, rarely present, always reacting. But now, something has changed. You are no longer living inside time. You are observing it. You are more present, more grounded, more aware of the moment you are in. This is one of the clearest signs that you have crossed into higher spiritual alignment. Time feels faster because you are no longer resisting reality. Resistance slows perception. Fear stretches time. Anxiety makes minutes feel heavy. But peace compresses time. When your nervous system calms and your spirit settles, time flows instead of drags. That is why days pass quickly now, not because life is rushing, but because you are no longer fighting it. You are moving with it. At the same time, certain moments feel slower and richer. You notice details you once ignored. Silence feels fuller. Conversations feel deeper. Simple experiences feel meaningful. This is because you are living more fully in the present moment. The present is where God dwells. Scripture tells us that God is I am, not I was or I will be. When you begin living from the present instead of from fear of the future or regret of the past, you naturally align with God's perspective. Chosen one, living in the present moment is not passivity. It is spiritual maturity. It means you trust God enough to stop rushing. It means you understand that what is meant for you cannot be missed by a clock. This is why deadlines no longer hold the same power over you. You still function responsibly, but urgency no longer rules your emotions. Pressure no longer defines your worth. You are no longer driven by panic. You are guided by peace. This shift often confuses others. People around you may still be stressed, frantic, obsessed with schedules and outcomes, but you feel detached from that energy. Not careless, detached. You move with intention rather than haste. You act when prompted, not when pressured. This is not laziness, this is discernment. When God upgrades a chosen one, He removes them from the illusion that everything must happen immediately or else it will be lost. You now understand divine timing. Biblically, this makes perfect sense. God is not bound by time. Scripture reminds us that 1,000 years are like a day to the Lord, and a day like 1,000 years. God exists outside the limitations of human time. When you begin aligning with Him more deeply, your consciousness loosens its grip on time as well. You stop measuring your life by clocks and calendars, and start measuring it by alignment, obedience, and peace. Chosen one, this is why you may no longer feel rushed to figure everything out. You are not afraid of falling behind. You are not anxious about missing opportunities. Deep down, you know that what is meant for you will meet you at the right moment. That confidence does not come from logic. It comes from spiritual alignment. You are learning to trust God's pace instead of forcing your own. Another sign of this shift is that waiting no longer feels like punishment. In the past, waiting felt unbearable. Delays made you anxious. Silence felt like rejection. But now, waiting feels purposeful, even restful. You sense that something is unfolding beneath the surface. You understand that stillness is not stagnation, it is preparation. This understanding only comes when you step into higher awareness. Time also feels different because you are less attached to outcomes. You are not constantly projecting yourself into the future. You are not replaying the past. You are anchored in now. This is why emotional reactivity decreases. When you are fully present, fear loses its grip. Regret loses its voice. Anxiety has nothing to feed on. The present moment becomes safe, grounded, and calm. That is a sign of fifth-dimensional living. Even your sleep may have changed. Dreams feel vivid. Nights feel meaningful. You may wake up feeling as though time passed differently while you slept. This is because your spirit is active beyond linear awareness. Prophetic dreams often operate outside time, showing future truth, current alignment, or spiritual instruction without a clear timeline. When these dreams increase, it is another confirmation that your consciousness is no longer limited to ordinary perception. Chosen one, understand this clearly. Time feeling different is not something to fear. It is something to recognize. It means you are no longer enslaved to urgency. You are no longer governed by pressure. You are no longer defined by deadlines. You are aligned with divine flow. And divine flow is not rushed. It is precise. Jesus himself lived this way. He was never frantic, never hurried, never pressured. Even when others panicked, he remained calm. He moved only when the time was right. He delayed when necessary. He arrived exactly when needed. He lived fully aligned with the Father, not with the world's sense of urgency. When you begin to live this way, you are not becoming detached from reality. You are becoming aligned with truth. So if time feels different now, take it as confirmation. You are no longer living in survival mode. You are living in alignment. You are no longer racing against life. You are walking with God. And when you walk with the one who exists outside time, your experience of time will naturally change. This is not confusion. This is consciousness. This is not distraction. This is presence. And presence is one of the clearest signs that you have crossed into a higher dimension of living. Sign number 2, people can't relate to you anymore. Chosen one, another unmistakable sign that you are now living from a higher level of awareness is this. People can no longer relate to you the way they used to. And what's important is not just that they feel different toward you, but that you feel different toward them. Conversations that once flowed easily now feel shallow. Topics that once excited you now feel empty. Interactions that once mattered now feel strangely distant. This is not because you became cold or superior. It is because your consciousness has shifted, and not everyone can meet you where you now stand. You may notice that everyday conversations feel repetitive or surface level. Gossip feels draining. Complaints feel pointless. Endless talk about fear, money, drama, status, or control feels heavy to your spirit. You are not judging others for engaging in these things. You simply no longer resonate with them. Your soul craves meaning, truth, and depth. And when that depth is absent, silence feels more nourishing than conversation. This is one of the clearest signs of spiritual elevation. Old friends may now feel uncomfortable around you, even if you haven't changed your behavior outwardly. They sense something different. Your presence no longer feeds the same emotional loops. You don't reinforce their fears. You don't validate their chaos. You don't engage in the same reactive patterns. And because of that, they may pull back, grow quiet, or treat you differently. Not because you did something wrong, but because your energy no longer matches theirs. Chosen one, understand this gently. Connection requires resonance. When two people no longer vibrate at the same level of awareness, the connection naturally weakens. This doesn't mean either person is bad. It means growth has occurred. You have not abandoned them. You have simply outgrown the frequency where that connection once lived. One of the most powerful signs of this shift is that you no longer feel the need to argue or explain yourself. In the past, you may have defended your views, justified your choices, or tried to make others understand you. Now, you don't. Not because you lack confidence, but because you have clarity. You understand that explanation does not create understanding. Alignment does. And if someone is not aligned, no amount of explanation will bridge the gap. This is not avoidance, it is wisdom. You are no longer trying to be seen, heard, or validated by those who cannot perceive where you are operating from. You have learned that peace is more valuable than being right. Silence is more powerful than persuasion. and walking away calmly speaks louder than any argument ever could. Another sign is emotional detachment without bitterness. This is crucial. You are not angry. You are not resentful. You are not cold. You simply feel neutral. You can love people without being entangled in them. You can care without carrying. You can remember without longing. This kind of detachment is not disconnection. It is freedom. In lower levels of awareness, detachment is often confused with avoidance or numbness. But this is different. Your heart is open, not closed. You are compassionate, not indifferent. You just no longer allow emotional chaos to attach itself to you. You are not responsible for managing other people's emotions, expectations, or reactions. That realization alone is evidence of deep spiritual maturity. You may also notice that people project onto you more than before. Some may accuse you of being distant. Others may say you've changed. Some may feel intimidated without knowing why. This happens because your calm highlights their inner unrest. Your clarity exposes their confusion. Your presence reflects back what they are not ready to face within themselves. This is uncomfortable for them, but it is not your burden to carry. Chosen one, this is why you feel less reactive. You observe more than you engage. You listen more than you speak. You choose your words carefully, or sometimes not at all. You are not withholding. You are discerning. You understand that not every conversation deserves your energy, and not every relationship deserves your access. This can feel lonely at times, especially when you realize how few people truly meet you where you are now. But this loneliness is not emptiness. It is space. Space for alignment. Space for truth. Space for connections that will arrive later, carrying the same depth you now live from. God often removes surface-level connections before he introduces soul-level ones. Another important truth is this: you are no longer emotionally hooked into others' approval or disapproval. If someone misunderstands you, you don't rush to correct them. If someone pulls away, you don't chase. If someone judges you, it doesn't shake your identity. This inner stability is not apathy. It is grounding. You know who you are, and you no longer outsource that knowing to others. Jesus lived this way. He did not argue with everyone who misunderstood him. He did not explain himself to those who were committed to misunderstanding. He spoke truth, lived truth, and let people decide what to do with it. When you begin to live this way, it is a sign that your awareness has matured beyond emotional dependency. Chosen one, the reason people can't relate to you anymore is not because you became unreachable. It's because you became real. You are no longer performing, pleasing, or fitting in. You are aligned. And alignment naturally creates distance from anything built on illusion. This season is teaching you that connection does not come from proximity. It comes from resonance. And until resonance returns, peace is found in neutrality. You are learning to walk without dragging others behind you or carrying them ahead of you. You are walking your path with grace, clarity, and calm. If this feels true for you, do not resist it. Do not try to reconnect with what your spirit has already released. Do not shrink yourself to maintain familiarity. You are not meant to be understood by everyone. You are meant to be aligned with truth. This is not isolation. This is elevation. This is not loss. This is refinement. And this shift in relationships is one of the clearest confirmations that you are no longer living from the old level of awareness. You have stepped into a higher way of being, and not everyone can follow there. Sign number 3, emotional neutrality and inner peace. Chosen one, another clear sign that you are now living from a higher level of consciousness is this: your emotions no longer control you. You still feel deeply, but you are no longer ruled by feeling. Where chaos once pulled you in, now it passes around you. Where panic once rose quickly, now calm settles first. This is not emotional shutdown. This is emotional mastery. And it is one of the strongest confirmations that your awareness has shifted into alignment. You may have noticed that situations that once triggered you now barely move you. Arguments unfold in front of you, yet you feel no urge to jump in. Crises erupt, yet something inside you remains steady. Other people panic, react, defend, accuse, or explode, and you simply observe, not with judgment, not with coldness, with clarity. This calm during chaos is not weakness. It is strength refined by consciousness. Emotional neutrality does not mean you stopped caring. It means you stopped feeding emotional drama. In lower levels of awareness, emotions demand constant expression. People react instantly, defend endlessly, and escalate without pause. But when your awareness rises, you learn that not every emotion deserves a response. Some emotions are simply information, not instruction. You feel them, acknowledge them, and let them pass. This is how peace becomes stable. Chosen one, your reactivity has decreased because your ego is dissolving. Ego thrives on being right, being seen, being validated, being defended. But as your consciousness rises, the ego loosens its grip. You no longer need to win arguments. You no longer need to prove yourself. You no longer need to protect an image. You know who you are. And when identity is rooted in truth, ego loses its urgency. This is why insults don't land the way they used to. Criticism doesn't shake you. Praise doesn't inflate you. You are no longer emotionally dependent on external feedback. Your sense of self is internal now, grounded, quiet, stable. That stability is not numbness, it is alignment. One of the most noticeable shifts is forgiveness without effort. You no longer rehearse what people did wrong. You no longer replay conversations to justify your pain. You no longer carry resentment as identity. Forgiveness comes naturally, not because others apologized, but because your peace matters more than your pride. You forgive because holding on to anger feels heavier than letting go. This kind of forgiveness only comes when consciousness rises. In lower awareness, forgiveness feels forced, like giving something up. In higher awareness, forgiveness feels like release. You understand that people act from their level of awareness, not from intentional malice. And once you see that, blame dissolves. Compassion replaces resentment. Distance replaces conflict. Peace replaces drama. Chosen one, notice how you no longer chase emotional highs or lows. You are not seeking excitement through conflict. You are not addicted to intensity. You are not drawn to emotional roller coasters. Drama feels exhausting now. Chaos feels loud. Emotional extremes feel unnecessary. You crave balance, stillness, simplicity. This is a hallmark of higher dimensional living. You may also notice that when others try to pull you into emotional reactions, it doesn't work. They provoke, they project, they test. But you don't bite. You respond calmly or not at all. This frustrates them because they are used to emotional exchange. But you are no longer available for emotional manipulation. Not because you hardened your heart, but because you strengthened your awareness. This inner peace is not something you forced. It emerged naturally as fear loosened its grip. Fear fuels emotional volatility. When fear dissolves, calm remains. And fear dissolves when you trust God's presence more than circumstances. You no longer feel the need to control outcomes emotionally. You trust alignment. You trust timing. You trust truth. Even in moments of sadness or disappointment, you recover faster. You feel, but you don't spiral. You grieve, but you don't collapse. You process emotions without becoming them. This is maturity. This is spiritual adulthood. This is what happens when consciousness rises above identification with emotion. Chosen one, emotional neutrality also brings clear perception. When emotions stop distorting your vision, you see reality more accurately. You recognize patterns without reacting to them. You sense intentions without confronting them. You know when to speak and when to remain silent. Emotional calm becomes discernment's ally. This is why you may feel less dramatic than before, less expressive, less reactive. Some may misinterpret this as distance or coldness. But what they are seeing is integration. You are integrated, balanced, centered, and that threatens environments built on emotional chaos. Jesus lived from this place. When others panicked, he slept. When accused, he stayed silent. When threatened, he remained grounded. His peace was not dependent on outcomes, it flowed from alignment with the Father. When you begin to resemble this pattern, it is a sign that your awareness has shifted beyond emotional survival. Chosen one, understand this clearly. Inner peace is not the absence of problems, it is the absence of fear's control. You still live in the world, you still face challenges, but they no longer define your internal state. Your peace comes from knowing you are held, guided, and protected beyond what you can see. This is why you no longer feed emotional drama. Drama requires ego, fear, and attachment. You have loosened all three. You choose peace without explanation. You disengage without resentment. You walk away without guilt. You remain calm without apology. This is not indifference. This is sovereignty. This is not numbness. This is awareness. And this emotional neutrality, this steady inner peace, is one of the clearest confirmations that you are no longer living from the old level of consciousness. You have stepped into a higher way of being, where peace is not something you chase, it is something you are. Heightened spiritual perception. Chosen one of the clearest and most undeniable signs that you are now living from a higher level of awareness is this: your spiritual perception has sharpened. You see more, sense more, and understand more, often without being told anything at all. This is not imagination. This is not paranoia. This is discernment awakening. When God elevates a chosen one into deeper alignment, he heightens their perception so they can navigate truth without confusion. Your intuition has become strong and immediate. You no longer need excessive information to know when something is right or wrong. You sense it instantly. A quiet knowing rises within you before logic even engages. You walk into situations and your spirit already understands the atmosphere. You meet people and feel clarity before words are exchanged. This intuition is not emotional guesswork, it is spiritual intelligence. It is the Holy Spirit communicating faster than the mind can analyze. Along with intuition comes clear discernment. Discernment is not judgment. It is perception without reaction. You no longer see people only by what they say. You see them by what they carry. You sense motives behind actions. You notice inconsistencies without needing proof. You recognize truth without confrontation. This clarity does not make you suspicious. It makes you peaceful. Because when you see clearly, you no longer fear deception. You simply adjust your distance. Chosen one, this is why you no longer feel the need to expose, explain, or convince. Discernment tells you what to do without noise. You withdraw quietly. You engage selectively. You protect your energy instinctively. You are not becoming secretive. You are becoming spiritually wise. Another major sign of heightened perception is that your prophetic dreams are intensifying. Your dreams feel vivid, symbolic, and emotionally charged. Some feel instructional. Some feel confirmational. Some feel like warnings. Others feel like reassurance. You may wake up knowing something without knowing how you know it. These dreams are not random images from your subconscious. They are communications that bypass logic and speak directly to your spirit. In these dreams, time often feels different. You may see future events without dates. You may receive messages without words. You may experience clarity that lingers after waking. This is because prophetic dreams operate outside linear thinking. They are not meant to be analyzed intellectually first. They are meant to be received. When your awareness rises, God uses dreams to guide you quietly, without interference from fear or ego. You may also notice an increased awareness of angelic presence, not always visually, but internally. You feel protected in moments where danger could have escalated. You feel guided away from situations without knowing why. You feel peace descend suddenly in moments of uncertainty. These are not coincidences. Scripture reminds us that angels are ministering spirits sent to guard, guide, and assist those aligned with God's will. Chosen one, angelic visitation does not always come with spectacle. Often it comes with subtlety, timing, intuition, protection, restraint, direction. You may feel a sudden urge to take a different route, to delay a decision, to pause instead of reacting, to speak or remain silent. These impressions are not accidents. They are spiritual guidance moving through awareness rather than fear. Another powerful sign of heightened spiritual perception is this. You see truth instantly, without proof. You no longer need evidence to recognize alignment or deception. Something either resonates or it doesn't. And when it doesn't, you trust that knowing without needing justification. This ability comes only when fear releases its grip. Fear demands proof. Alignment recognizes truth quietly. This is why manipulation no longer works on you. Emotional pressure doesn't sway you. Urgency doesn't rush you. Flattery doesn't blind you. Threats don't intimidate you. Your perception cuts through illusion without effort. You don't argue with deception. You disengage from it. You may also notice heightened sensitivity to environments. Certain places feel heavy now. Others feel peaceful. Some feel neutral. This sensitivity is not weakness. It is awareness. You are no longer numb to spiritual atmosphere. Your body, mind, and spirit communicate together now. When something feels off, you listen. When something feels aligned, you settle. This sensitivity keeps you protected. Chosen one, this heightened perception may feel overwhelming at times. You see more than others. You feel more than others. You understand more than others. This can feel isolating, but it is purposeful. God does not increase perception without responsibility. You are being trained to walk wisely, not loudly. Quiet discernment is more powerful than public revelation. This is also why you may feel less inclined to share everything you see. Not because you are hiding, but because discernment teaches restraint. Not everyone is ready for truth. Not every truth needs to be spoken. Some truths are meant to guide you, not confront others. Wisdom knows the difference. Jesus lived from this level of perception. He knew hearts before words. He sensed intention before action. He responded from alignment, not reaction. He withdrew when needed. He spoke when instructed. When you begin to live this way, it is a sign that your awareness has matured beyond surface reality. Chosen one, heightened spiritual perception is not about becoming mystical. It is about becoming clear. It is the clarity that comes when fear dissolves, ego softens, and alignment deepens. You are no longer guessing your way through life. You are being guided. This perception is a gift, but it must be held with humility, not to control others, not to judge, not to elevate yourself, but to walk wisely, peacefully, and purposefully. If you recognize these signs within yourself, trust them. You are not imagining the shift. You are perceiving reality from a higher vantage point now. This is not confusion. This is clarity. This is not fantasy. This is alignment. And this heightened spiritual perception is one of the strongest confirmations that you are no longer living from the old level of awareness. You are seeing through the veil, and you are meant to. How to stay grounded in the fifth dimension. Chosen one, reaching a higher level of spiritual awareness, is not the final destination. It is the beginning of a new responsibility. The fifth dimension is not something you arrive at and then forget about. It is something you must remain grounded in. And grounding for the chosen one requires wisdom, humility, and discipline. Without grounding, higher awareness can drift into confusion. But when grounded properly, it becomes a stable way of living in peace and alignment with God. The first and most important safeguard is avoiding spiritual pride. This is subtle, and many never notice when it begins. Spiritual pride does not always look like arrogance. Sometimes it looks like feeling above others. Sometimes it looks like impatience with people who are still awakening. Sometimes it looks like believing you see more clearly than everyone else. The moment awareness turns into superiority, alignment begins to crack. God elevates chosen ones to serve, not to separate themselves in ego. You were awakened to carry light, not to stand above others in judgment. Staying grounded means remembering this truth. Everything you see, sense, and understand is a gift, not an achievement. You did not awaken yourself. God awakened you. You did not elevate your consciousness by force. Heaven guided you. When you remember this, humility stays natural. Gratitude replaces ego. Reverence replaces entitlement, and alignment remains intact. Another key to grounding is staying deeply aligned with God, not with concepts, labels, or spiritual identity alone. The fifth dimension is not about chasing experiences or titles, it is about intimacy with God. Prayer, stillness, reflection, and obedience keep you anchored. When you stay connected to God's presence, awareness stays balanced. When you drift away from that connection, even high perception can become distorted. Chosen one, grounding also means protecting your peace deliberately. Peace is not passive, it must be guarded. Not every conversation deserves your energy. Not every opinion deserves your response. Not every situation deserves your presence. The fifth dimension is sustained through peace, and peace is sustained through boundaries. If something disrupts your inner calm repeatedly, it is not meant to have access to you. Protecting peace is not avoidance, it is stewardship. This is why you are learning to step away quietly, to disengage without drama, to choose silence over explanation. Peace grows strongest when it is not constantly defended. You do not owe everyone your emotional energy. You do not owe everyone your spiritual insight. You are allowed to preserve your inner world. Another vital part of staying grounded is resisting the urge to wake others up. This is where many chosen ones stumble. When awareness increases, there is a temptation to explain, correct, convince, or reveal truth to others. But awakening cannot be forced. Truth revealed too early often creates resistance, not clarity. God awakens people according to timing, not pressure. Chosen one, your role is not to shake people awake. Your role is to live awake. Let your peace speak. Let your clarity be visible. Let your alignment be felt. Those who are ready will be drawn naturally. Those who are not will resist. And that resistance is not your responsibility. Trying to awaken others prematurely drains your energy and disrupts your grounding. Walking in the fifth dimension also requires walking quietly with authority. Authority does not announce itself. It does not explain itself. It does not demand recognition. True authority is calm, composed, and steady. You do not need to prove your awareness. You do not need to display it. Your presence already communicates it. This is why you may feel less talkative about spiritual things now, less expressive, less eager to share everything you perceive. This is not withdrawal, it is maturity. You understand that wisdom is not loud, power is not dramatic, alignment does not compete for attention. You walk quietly, knowing that what God has placed in you speaks on its own. Staying grounded also means remaining human. Higher awareness does not remove you from life, it integrates you into it more fully. You still rest, you still laugh, you still feel, you still grow, you still learn. You do not bypass emotions or responsibilities. You move through them with presence. Grounding happens when awareness and humanity coexist. Another essential grounding principle is discernment over fascination. Not every spiritual sensation needs interpretation. Not every experience needs meaning. Sometimes awareness simply observes. When fascination takes over, grounding weakens. When discernment leads, grounding strengthens. You do not chase signs, you stay aligned with truth. Chosen one, the fifth dimension is not about escape. It is about embodiment. It is about bringing peace into the world without becoming consumed by it. It is about seeing clearly without losing compassion. It is about standing firmly without becoming rigid. It is about humility, not hierarchy. Jesus modeled this perfectly. He walked in deep spiritual authority, yet lived simply. He knew truth fully, yet spoke selectively. He carried power without ego. He moved quietly, yet changed everything. This is the model of grounded awareness. This is the path of the chosen. So stay humble, stay connected, stay peaceful, stay quiet when needed, stay obedient, stay present. Do not rush, do not prove, do not explain unnecessarily. Let alignment lead. Chosen one, the fifth dimension is sustained not by effort, but by surrender. Surrender to God's timing, surrender to God's guidance, surrender to God's way of shaping your life. When surrender leads, grounding follows naturally. You do not need to convince the world you have changed. You do not need to announce your awakening. You do not need to carry others before they are ready. Walk gently, walk wisely, walk quietly. This is how you remain grounded in higher awareness, without losing yourself, without losing humility, and without losing peace. You are no longer of this world. Chosen one, as we come to the end of this message, I want you to slow your breath and let your spirit settle. You have felt the shift. You have recognized the signs. You have understood the separation, the peace, the clarity, the perception. Now hear this final truth, spoken with authority and love. You are no longer of this world. You still walk in it. You still function within it, but it no longer defines you, controls you, or owns you. Heaven has repositioned you. You are not alone in this transition. Even when the path feels quiet, even when conversations fall away, even when familiar structures no longer support you, you are not abandoned. You are accompanied. You are surrounded by divine guidance that does not always announce itself loudly, but never leaves you unprotected. The stillness you feel is not emptiness, it is presence. The silence you sense is not absence, it is alignment. Chosen one, you are protected. Not by fear, not by force, but by divine order. What tries to rush you is slowed. What tries to confuse you is clarified. What tries to harm you is redirected. There have been moments you were spared without realizing it, doors closed without explanation, delays that felt frustrating but saved you later, sudden pauses that preserved your peace. These were not coincidences. These were signs of protection working quietly on your behalf. You are also guided. You are not wandering. You are not guessing. Even when the next step is not fully visible, your spirit knows where to move and where to wait. Guidance comes now as a gentle knowing, not as pressure. You feel when to act and when to remain still. You sense when something is aligned and when it is not. This guidance is not dramatic. It is precise. It leads you without exhausting you. It corrects you without shaming you. It positions you without force. And yes, chosen one, you are positioned. You may not yet see the full picture, but heaven has already placed you where you need to be for what is coming next. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not missing anything meant for you. What belongs to you is moving toward you at the speed of alignment, not urgency. And what does not belong to you has already begun falling away. This is why the old world no longer pulls at you. This is why fear no longer hooks you. This is why chaos no longer consumes you. You have crossed a threshold. You are standing in a space where peace is not something you chase. It is something you carry. You are living from truth rather than reaction, from discernment rather than impulse, from alignment rather than survival. Chosen one, receive this final identity confirmation and let it anchor you deeply. You are in the world, but not of it. You move through systems without being owned by them. You engage with people without losing yourself. You experience life without being enslaved by it. This does not make you distant. It makes you free. It does not make you cold. It makes you clear. It does not make you disconnected. It makes you aligned. There will be days when others cannot understand you. Let them be. There will be moments when the world feels loud while you remain quiet. Let it pass. There will be seasons when your peace is questioned. Guard it anyway. You are not here to convince anyone of your awakening. You are here to live it, and your life, lived in alignment, will speak louder than any explanation ever could. Remember this: the chosen ones are not meant to escape the world. They are meant to stand within it without being consumed by it, to bring calm where there is panic, to bring clarity where there is confusion, to bring light where there is fear, not by force, not by argument, but by presence, by embodiment, by truth. You have been prepared for this. Every separation refined you, every quiet season strengthened you, every unanswered question taught you trust, every moment of stillness trained your discernment. Nothing was wasted, nothing was accidental. Heaven does not move carelessly with the chosen. So walk forward now with confidence that does not shout and humility that does not shrink. Walk knowing that what guides you is greater than what pressures you. Walk knowing that what protects you cannot be seen but can always be trusted. Walk knowing that your life is unfolding according to divine order, not human chaos. Chosen one, if this message has confirmed what your spirit already knew, do not keep it to yourself. There are others who are feeling this shift but do not yet have language for it. Share this message with them. Let them know they are not alone. And if you are part of this family, make sure you subscribe, stay connected, and walk this path with us. We rise together, not in noise, but in truth. Hold this final word close to your heart. You are not lost. You are not detached. You are not drifting. You are positioned. You are guided. You are protected. You are in the world, but not of it. And that is not something to fear. That is something to honor.